Hello, I'm Josh with JAGER PRO. I'm out here at a trap site that we've been working for the past week. This trapping location, it is a little bit different than normal. There's no agriculture in the area, it's more of an urban ops. You can probably hear, there's a road right back there on the other side of this wood line, and you can actually see the cars through there going by. So it's a louder area, a louder trap site as far as noise and stuff like that, more people around. But these urban pigs tend to adapt to the area that they're in, and it doesn't really bother them. Some landowners had 5 adult pigs on their property, and we were called in to try and help them out and get them out of the area. All right, so what I do next is for my, basically for my feeder location, I have my camera. The camera's gonna be approximately 17 feet from the center of the trap, 16.5. Single gate trap is what I'm using. We do use double gates also, but with these ones, there's only 5. Just do a single gate trap. And that's gonna give you a 32-foot diameter. So 32 feet is where the trap takes up. So you gotta kind of measure on certain things where the trap's gonna go. And that helps you fit in trees if you need to get a tree inside or outside the trap, stuff like that. We had our first 5 pigs show up that night. We were pretty happy, and we wanted to monitor them for another night and see what they were going to do. If all 5 showed up again, we would go ahead and place the trap. Well, the next night, lo and behold, the 5 showed up plus 1. And we weren't really sure where he came from, so we were hoping that we could set up the trap the next day and all 6 would show up and there would be no issues. I can see the feeder, and I normally cut it off at the top of that dinner bell underneath the feeder. That's kind of my aim point every time, so that gives us a good angle. So we got sound, we got good connection, so we shouldn't have any issues tonight watching them live if they come in. So drop the gate. Yep, we'll go ahead and, you want to close gate? There we go. And then when we go from the feeder, a light trail, straight to the gate. And a little on the outside, just so they know. That is our baiting strategy. All right, so we're ready to go, trap set up. Now we'll just wait tonight, hopefully the hogs come in. First 5 came in right off the bat about 7 o'clock that evening, and there was no 6th pig to be found. So we knew we had to take our time, be patient, and see if he'd show up. The 6th pig shows up and stays on the outside of the trap for a good hour, while the other 5 adults stayed in the trap and fed. We had another camera on a tree that we could tell there was another pig on the outside by the photos that was taken. The 5 leave. An hour later, I get an alert on my JAGER PRO app on my phone, and all 6 are underneath the feeder. I didn't take any time. I hit record and I dropped the gate. So we had 100% sounder and 100% all pigs off the property at this time. It was a successful trapping event, and I'm glad we could help out the landowner. fed for a good hour in the trap, all 5, with that 6th one staying on the outside the whole time. So I was getting a little nervous with him, but after about an hour of feeding, they left, and probably 20 minutes later, my Jager Pro app dings. Sure enough, all 6 are underneath the feeder. So I go live on the video camera, make sure all 6 are in there, count them, drop the gate drops, we got our 6. So we got 100% sounder, and that's our goal. So now we're gonna go ahead and just dispatch them with a 22 long rifle. They were pretty happy once we got all this sounder out, so now this will help all the other native species in the area thrive and not an invasive species tearing up their property. The sounder of pigs that we ended up trapping, all of them were adults. There ended up being 4 sows with 2 boars. I came back the next morning and performed a necropsy during daylight on the 4 sows. What we found out was 3 out of the 4 sows had fetuses. 1 had 3, while the other 2 had 4 apiece. So that is a grand total of 11 fetuses, and they were quite large. Within the next, I'd say, week to 3 weeks, all 3 sows would have dropped those litters. So we got them at a good time. If we would have waited any longer, who knows, we would have had 17 pigs running around out here instead of 6. And that's what landowners need to understand. You know, you miss that 1 sow and she's pregnant and has fetuses. You see her disappear for 2 weeks. She's out there having them little babies. And next time you see her on camera, she's probably gonna have those little ones right behind her. So that's the importance of whole sounder success and getting them all at one time, leaving no survivors to educate the others.